Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. And this is another one of the whale series videos. And one of the feedback that I got from some of the whale series videos was that people wanted to see some of the newer server whales because there was a little bit of an interest in seeing how the newer server whales are looking like. And of course, as you can imagine, word of a very interesting 5 versus 1 Lost Island reached me, and I found out some of the players in that Lost Island are big whales from the later servers. And this one is about Shadow Master, and perhaps you've seen some of his reports, or perhaps it's completely new to you, but he is from the server 1056, so a fairly recent server, already hashed in about 32 billion kills. And of course, he was kind enough to send us a video of his build so we could add him to the whale series. Now you may know him from this profile, or you may know him from his newer profile. And without further ado, let's get right to his build. But before that, I do want to give a little bit of perspective here. As you can see, he's only been playing for 454 days, which is substantially lower than even mine. And I'm currently from server 574, and I've logged in for about 932 days. So in comparison, he's not been playing anywhere close to as long as I have. And what that means is that he is capped in how many things he could purchase, and he has also been capped on some of the ants and insects that are available because his server is so new that they might not have yet released some of those in his server. That's just a little bit of context I wanted to give before we get started, and let's get started with the skin stars. So he's already at the red star, which is pretty cool given that of course he hasn't been through a lot of groundhogs to get those 50 groundhog skin fragments every other week. Jumping right to his mutations, you can see his cells are pretty high level already, so he does have all of them at 7 star. You can also see that they are between level 26 to level 30, and the evolution is between level 25 to level 30 as well, which is quite developed for somebody in that server range. The ascent is at level 2, giving him the 50 combat speed, which is of course the best thing that you're getting from that ascent. Let's go to the genes, and you can see that his genes are of course all maxed out in terms of stars as well. The levels are between level 21 to level 24 in the first page, and the priority seems to be given to shooter attack, guardian health, carrier defense, and guardian attack, shooter defense, and carrier health. The evolution is between level 20 to level 25. The remaining pages are fairly consistent in terms of priority, though of course the first page was upgraded the most. The gene ascent is at level 2 as well, giving him the 50 combat speed. Going to the gems here, you can see the gems are between level 22 to level 24, and the evolution is between level 20 to level 25. Again, guardian and attack, shooter and defense, and carrier and health is the one that's been prioritized the most. Of course, the priorities remain consistent throughout the different pages. The gem ascent also at level 2, giving him those 50 combat speed to help in battles. And now fungi, you can see the fungi evolution is at level 40, and the priority is of course skill attack and skill defense. This priority remains consistent across the 4 different fungi colonies. The fungi ascent also at level 2, granting him the 50 combat speed. And you can see the overall attribute bonuses getting from the fungi about 172.55% attack and defense, and close to 69% health. He's also getting about 50% skill attack and 50% skill defense purely from his fungi. From his germs, he's getting about 250% guardian and attack, while shooter and carrier are about 200%. The health bonuses ranging from between 81 to 97%, and the defense ranging between 200 to 243%. Going to the genes, he's getting between 81 to 96% health, 200 to 242% attack and defense. Talking about the cells, he's getting between 113 to 118% health, almost 300% attack and defense. So that's what his genetics look like. Alright, and we still have a lot to cover, but before that I wanted to take a little bit of time to inform everyone of the amazing bonuses that you can get if you use our promo code with Aptoide, giving you between 10 to 35% bonus on in-game purchases. And it's a fairly straightforward process, and I have a video that goes through the whole process with you. It is something that I do recommend, and I've actually had some of my Whales in the Sky Alliance use it as well, and they have been ever so grateful because they ended up saving a lot of money and started getting things much cheaper than the rest of the crowd. So if you're interested, do check it out. Keep in mind that we have a new promo code SKY8 that's going to remain valid until October 20th, 2024. So if you are one of our lovely Aptoide users using my SKY7 promo code, feel free to update it to SKY8 and continue getting those amazing bonuses. And then on October 20th, all you need to do is go back to the AppCoins wallet and add the same promo code back again. So it's going to remain SKY8 until the time I have a partnership with Aptoide. I'm not expecting the promo code to change. Check out the video if you're interested. Otherwise, join our Discord if you have a few questions before you want to actually switch to using Aptoide and our promo code. Let's move over to his reforms, and you can see Reform Corporation is at 35 star for his Guardians. The basic reforms are approximately level 45. For rare reforms, he's chosen the attack and health reforms for his Guardians. Next up, shooters, level 30 Reform Corporation, and the basic reforms are at level 40. Clearly, shooter isn't his priority, as he has chosen not to upgrade the reforms despite having the capability of doing so. For the rare reforms, he's chosen defense and skill defense for his shooters. Then carrier, level 31 reform cooperation, and approximately level 45 basic reforms. For rare reforms, he's chosen the one that gets skill attack, as well as the one that gives some bonus to attack, defense, and health. Overall, for his Guardians, which is basically his highest priority, he's getting about 150% attack, 173% defense, and 72% health. The rare reform bonuses comes in addition to that bonus. Next, let's go to his insects, and you can see 2 rainbow scarabs and 2 of the carrier insects as well. The priority seems to be the carrier insects as they are higher level. So a level 89, a level 70, and a level 61. And he did purchase the gladiator mantis, however it is currently not being used. As you can imagine, shooter isn't his priority. Let's take a look at his ants, and you can see a bunch of carrier ants and guardian ants that are pretty high star, like LB, Golden Crystal, Proata, and Ata. There's also Crimson Pearl, which works pretty nice for carriers as well. Keep in mind that in his server, a lot of the meta ants are currently not yet available. That's the same with insects as well. So we got the dead leaf mantis that's not yet available in their server range. Next, let's go to the awakening gallery. You can see he's unlocked most of them other than the Black Knight and the Dodge carrier ant awakenings. That being said, I believe they might not even have been released in his server range, as these are fairly newer ants. You can see LB, Ata, and Proata have level 40 awakening, while there's a few other level 30 and level 20s out there as well. The awakening gallery is at level 18, giving him a 60% attack and defense and 24% health bonus. Now let's take a look at his mutations, and you can see he hasn't yet unlocked the 4 at the bottom because they require 5 level 39 mutations. But other than that, the 8 that he does have unlocked, he has them leveled up to level 31 and above. The health one is the highest leveled at level 45, while the defense and attack ones are level 39. The skill attack, skill defense, invasion attack and invasion defense, and defending attack and defending defense at level 34, while the damage to wild creatures one is at level 31. Of course, it shouldn't be long before he unlocks the combat speed one, and that's definitely something that he would probably prioritize once it's available. Now, of course, he's prioritized Raider, he's at level 94, but Cultivator is not too far back at level 82, and his Herder is at level 50, which is pretty high given that he probably doesn't need to be Herder at any time in the future. Next, let's take a look at the treasures. You can see that his cave treasure is maxed out, while his island treasure is close to being maxed out as well. A lot of them are at level 18, and the lowest one is at level 16. In total, he's getting about 176% attack and defense, and about 117% health bonuses from the treasures. In addition to that, he's getting 15% crit resistance and 6.5% special and skill defense. Next, let's go to his evolution, and you can see that he does have T10 unlocked for both Guardian and Carrier, and is about 41% done with the Shooter Ant T10 evolution. At the same time, he has also invested a bit in Excellent Enhance, it being about 36%. You can also see he did actually max out pretty much everything else, including secondary combat, which is fairly expensive in terms of creature remains. So I can imagine a lot of money went into his evolutions in buying creature remains. Next, let's go to his evolution Meteorite. The Pioneer evolution, 4 of them are already level 30, one of them is level 29, and one of them is level 27. So I'm assuming not too far from now, he's going to be getting some of them ascended to red, and he'll be able to have those winged ants that look really cool. His Pioneer Ascent is at level 3, giving him the 50 combat speed, which can really help in battles. Next, the Explorer evolution is at Purple evolution. Some of the ants are already level 25, while others are getting there soon, so you can expect to see this going orange soon. The Explorer Ascent is also level 3, getting him the 50 combat speed. Next, let's take a look at his units, and you can see the Pro unit actually has 2 rows of Guardians, and then there's LB, the Carrier big hitter, in the back row. So Prata, Arta, and LB. Of course, keep in mind that not all of the special ants or insects are available in his server range yet. His second unit is a pure carrier unit that is relying on the Golden Crystal and Gravedigger synergy, so I can see how that can be fairly helpful. The third unit, he's using Crimson Pearl along with FC and Lathi Sniffer, while the fourth one is a Guardian unit. Let's go to the mine and take a look at his stats. And you can see this is using his Pro unit, and now you can take a look at his stats, which are already extremely high. So when it comes to Guardian, we're looking at about 2350% attack, 2250% defense, almost 190% skill attack, about 185% skill defense, and over 1000% health. His combat speed, 935. For the carriers, you can see similarly large numbers, almost 2400% attack, almost 2300% defense, about 206% skill attack, 185% skill defense, 975% health, and 995% combat speed. Quite the crazy stats, especially given that he's in such a new server. He probably spent a ton of money to get this far. And now talking about the approximate spend, which is probably what a lot of you people are thinking of. His approximate spend was around $300,000, which isn't surprising given the sort of build that he's already achieved in such a short amount of time. Well, that's a brief look at Shadow Master's build. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel. Do check out some of the other Whale series videos. I'm sure they're going to pique your interest, especially if you like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.